Honorable Ujambeng Stephen, power not retire you.
No, because the present CADA leadership is confused.
Mukuma and Ngie, you can call me Wams. Wazono. Honorable Ujambeng Stephen, when a Abebung boy, when a Ngie boy, where na section president for their party, CPDM, for Momo 4, where Ngie representative for regional council for Northwest, where na massa for a woman, where na papa for a pikin, and so on. When a civil engineer, when we don't go school so they when a this and that, this and that, this and that. Honorable, power not retire you.
No.
Honorable say the people's call. The people's call. L'appel du peuple. Move me there. Honorable.
It is my almost wish to see that Ngie strive from strength to strength. And so when you come for us to discuss on issues affecting our people and to meet up with the aspiration of our people, it sweetens my heart.
Who is Honorable Ujambeng Stephen?
Come from Ebah Peter subdivision. I'm a civil engineer by profession and a businessman. I hold a master's degree in conflict management and presently I'm doing my doctorate degree in conflict management. I am a member of the Regional Assembly of the Northwest and I take a lot of interest about what concerns my people. I've received a lot of calls from very high personalities of Ngie, the academic class, president of village development associations, and you can name the rest that have talked to me. And I thought that if my own people start calling and saying that, Honorable Ujambeng, we think this is the time for you to take over NCADA and make things work, I cannot be indifferent.
And you cannot deny the call. We be record the call, player more yet the call you. Now you sabi.
And that's why I've accepted the call. And I want to make things straight to see how we can put our hands together to be able to move Ngie forward.
Honorable, you say you want to be President General for NCADA. Why? Why?
From the inception of NCADA, NCADA was an umbrella association for the development of the Ngie people. And when we look at the NCADA that was manned by our forebearers, the Agogo Johnnies who are still alive, you can count the milestone achievement that was realized by these people. They were politicians and they knew how to blend politics and development to be able to produce the expected results from the Ngie people. We are talking of a milestone achievement of the roads living from Andek to Mbengwi. We are talking of PSS Andek that was realized by NCADA. We are talking of GHS Andek that was realized by NCADA. We are talking of the community hall in Andek which hosted the council of Andek that was built by NCADA. We are talking of the subdivision headquarters that is existing to today thanks to NCADA. Now, if we look NCADA then and the NCADA today, you realize that it's a day and night dream because the present CADA leadership is confused.
Honorable, if you become President General of NCADA, what you go do? Because you don't have to talk say in a waka. Who knows what say this one move na Dr. Ebah Peter for game? Who knows what say no you know move na Dr. Ebah Peter and executive for game for the as we or the year the thing goes so. Honorable, what will you do if you become President General of NCADA?
He is marginalized and he needs somebody who can be able to knock the doors with full force, politically and diplomatically, to tell the people that this is what the people want now, and we were able to grant it. You know, we are talking about a division where we have a lot of challenges, and we have a lot of intellectuals and politicians fighting to grab for the people. We cannot settle for anything less than a strong politician who will be able to meet up with these challenges and fight for the Ngie people. The Financial Court says that the main developer, the developer number one, is the mayor. Is the mayor. And a mayor is elected politically through a political party. For now, the mayor that is in Ngie is the CPDM mayor. I expected Dr. Ebah, who is the president of NCADA, to work hand in glove with the mayor to be able to bring adequate resource. I expected Dr. Ebah to work with me, the section president, to be able that we move left and right with developmental projects that are already matured in hands for us to knock the doors, the corridors of power to get what can move Ngie forward. He's qualified, but for the fact that he has limitation with what is expected of him to move Ngie forward. This is the point, and that his mandate has gone through without him successfully doing something remarkable that can be pointed out that this is what I did within my mandate. And even the 6 years additional that were added to him, he has not been able to bring any landmark development in Ngie. So this is the reason why we think that our brother, though he is a brain, a refined brain, that can help Ngie in one way or the other, but in this office, he's limited. That geographical location Ngie is the center of Momo division, but Ngie today is not the center by administrative document. Let's go back to Momo West, which is where they call Ngie and Chikwa. Ngie again is the center for this Momo West, which in court we are expecting that with the new dispensation we may be having 2 divisions in Momo division, Momo West and the Momo East. Should there be a Momo West division, then Ngie people should be canvassing for the center. What are we doing? How are we preparing it? What are the politicians doing? What have we done developmentally to be able to make Ngie accommodate the center? These are the challenges ahead, which some of you who are champion on social media, writing in all social media and condemning and insulting, knows nothing and very little about what is going on within the center of administration, and which some of us know, and we think that we do not need this position just for self-aggrandizement, but to see that we disentangle Ngie and make Ngie an Eldorado to be.
I stumbled was on video while Honorable the talk grammar. He was speaking from his heart. Honorable spoke about the plight of Ngie people.
Mr. President, I want to make known that Ngie has actually been sidelined for 4 good years. Witch hunting starts when 5 people are in the house and their plates are full, and you have an empty plate and we say we are working together as a team. That is when witch hunting starts. It's related with that we don't have a district area in Ngie. The district area that covers Ngie is Bengui. The Department of Health, based on the companies that have been developed, most of the project doing under health goes to Bengui, and we have just nothing. Momo division has 5 subdivisions, and if you go into all these 5 subdivisions, the most suffered and that which has benefited nothing is in the subdivision. And we are almost coming to an end of the first mandate in the Constitutional Assembly. And we have 2 representatives from Ngie here who will be going back to tell the people were in the region for these 5 good years to witness how other subdivisions were grabbing projects for their subdivision, and we were there grabbing because we were working as a team. We earmarked 5 projects for Ngie, and we matured these projects and deposited those projects. I and my colleague, Honorable Adamu Philomena, sponsoring the maturity of this project from our own hand, and they were deposited before time. But we are so surprised that looking at the budget we see here, again, he has been sidelined.
What do you do for Ngie people them during your time for regional assembly?
The regional assembly doesn't have a salary. Members do not have a salary. They don't have a macro project. What they have is a sitting allowance, meager sitting allowance, which is 300,000 francs for after every 4 months that they meet. And I can assure you that before we get to Bamenda, we see our people come around when the assembly is going on. Some even know the day of the assembly even better than us who are members of the assembly. And so when they come with a problem, you cannot go with the meager 300,000 francs they give you when you see people who are really in need of money. The regional assembly is a new creation. It is not an institution that was existing with structures or rubrics that we could say we already have rubrics that are already functional, that we could get source money from there to be able to do this or do that. So whatever we are doing in the regional assembly as of now, we are attempting solutions. We are still attempting solutions to see what can be applicable to change the dynamics in the region. So perhaps the next mandate or other mandates that will be coming, the regional assembly may be of greater help to the people than it is now. Section president does not have a budget, does not have a salary. Like I said before, you have but a political power to open doors. The doors that a common man cannot open, the section president can do that to open those doors. So it is for the development president to work with the section president to be able that the section president open those doors. You come in with the project of the people to say, this is what we have, this is what we have. I cannot be a section president and I'm doing the work of the NCADA national president. It's impossible. I cannot be a section president and I'm doing the work of the mayor. It's impossible. But if I am a section president and NCADA national president, it gives me double power to be able to open those doors, and I hit the table hard. But I promise you that we will do better. We can do better.
I can't go so. Why must everything that concerns Ngie always be tied to Mbengui? Everything that, why can Ngie not be a district on its own? Why can Ngie not have its own things? Where till the worry? Why be say anything one concern Ngie? They must go time with meta people. They must go time for Mbengui. Why? Mbengui, honorable, ask that question for them. Ask them. Say why be say they tied it in them? Why they not feel give way our own thing? More be emancipated. More they run our own thing them. Honorable. Anyways, honorable, what would they for here? This is what is not working. You think that fresh elections should be called? That the current executive from NCADA is working in some kind of illegality because their mandate has expired. Now so you talk. Now so most people that they talk. You know say my better no be store. I'm not sure say na only new executive who need that from NCADA. You know say we politician, you be makanaki, you don't play politics. You know I'm very well. I don't talk about on a CPDM thing because that one on a party no concern me. Which you don't achieve for the it concern you and your people for your party. I'm more interested in the way you articulate the problems of the Ngie people. I have seen it. I was there. I saw it. If it were just for word, Papa, God give you topo. God give you topo. Topo, they are more brepe. You know what talk. Even if that one no. Come on, you know what talk, honorable.
We have very lucrative areas that could be developed as touristic sites to attract tourism and tourists to visit Ngie and see those sites. We're talking of Dudum. Dudum is a fall that is more than Abbey Fall in Mbengui. And if we could develop Dudum, Dudum will be a better touristic site that can attract a lot of development for the Ngie people. We have academics and intellectuals that are Ngie children who can develop the touristic site of Ngie and make up very good write-ups that can better explain all these touristic sites so that tourists can visit Ngie. If we had that, at least we would have benefited some chunk of money from the budget that has been transferred through competence to the regional assembly. But I think this is a domain where NCADA needed concentrated effort to bring Ngie children left and right to be able to source for finances to develop this area. We have even those small traditional areas that are in our villages. We know the ducks, we know the areas where they say the people used to go and throw a bamboo if you commit a crime, or he who commits and he who does not commit, the answer will come out. Those are areas of tourism. You make like we put the right up there, and then people will come to see. Another area of competence that has been transferred is a department of culture. Culture, yeah, well, culture, our funds. We know that in Ngie we have only one fund that has been classified, and it is the place of NCADA to be able to have a meeting with the funds and look at the descendants of these funds and see those that could be classified second class and that which could be proposed to be classified as a first class. This is the duty of NCADA National President to do this and carry that document that has been prepared together with a delegation headed with some politicians to knock the appropriate quarters where adequate resource can be produced.
Well, so, would they look you? At least you don't even declare your intention. The other people they for the some other people they for the group criticism. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. Oh. This is the time. I told you guys that 2025 is a very decisive year for Cameroon and especially for Ngie. But we have to take action. We have to take action. Any leadership that is coming into any position of authority in Ngie, you better sit up, bro. You better sit up because now that generation this way, they know the grief for nobody. When I say on a system no, when I want to talk with the man, he say, I don't react to comment on social media. What? Social media is where the conversation is. That's where the narrative is coined. That's where everything goes on. It is the only platform where you can go and have more than 1,000 people, crystallized audience, saying people who think the same, who are saying, who have a common interest at the same time. If you talk on mainstream media, no one call whether CRTV or which, yes. How many people are watching that TV at the same time that they can actually comment and give their opinion? There is feedback on social media. That is why you cannot keep it. So the earlier our leaders in Ngie accept that this is the new norm, this is where the conversation is run, this is where the narratives are coined. Social media, this is where everything is run. Communications runs everything in this world as we speak now, my dear people. So if you're intending to get into any leadership position in Ngie, my dear people, you should be abreast with the times. You should accept criticisms as well. But that was time for openly to criticize with no respect of the person, just criticizing for criticizing's sake. Me, I know me with that one. If you criticize and make a proposal, it is constructive. But if you criticize just to insult and not say anything concrete, you are good for nothing. This is my personal take. I think it is not the person that might pose a problem as far as leadership in NCADA is concerned. Political alignment might be very dangerous. One particular political alignment might be very dangerous.
Dr. Ebah is the secretary of the section, of the CPDM section in Ngie. Dr. Ebah is the Secretary General of the CPDM section in Ngie. He's a politician. It is your duty, you who is watching at this video, it is my duty for us to harness the development Ngie by working as one, team spirit. Because If we do not work as one man, it will become very, very difficult for us and the people to move forward.
Having a leadership that is inclined or aligned to a particular political party might be very dangerous, but it is not something we cannot consider, especially if the person or the people that are gunning for this post are aware of the powers of this institution, are aware of how neutral this institution should be, and are also having the competence and have some level of experience as far as this is concerned, because we will need to reform CADA, get a hybrid model that would include all of the sociological entities of Ngie. I'm talking about the respective villages, cultural and development associations. I'm talking about the funds union. That has to be also a very, very strong institution. I'm talking about if there's an elite association, the elite association, this is a constituent body. Diaspora. The diaspora contributes for now more than 60% of all resources that get to Ngie as far as we speak. So their voice and representation at a very equitable level as far as decision making is concerned in CADA is very capital. We need representation of the youths, the youth voice. We need representation of the women, the women's voice. Not just figureheads. We need people that can actually sit, contribute resources, contribute ideas, and also insist follow-up projects when they are being carried on. We need different civil society organizations to be representatives of CADA, who should be in the decision-making body of CADA. I'm talking about organizations like NGIADA. I'm talking about organizations that have demonstrated some level of reliance, that we can rely on you as far as the development process of Ngie is concerned. I'm looking at the municipal council. They should have somebody at the decision level of CADA. I'm looking at the government, where somebody who is going to be the eye of the government, of course, for control. I'm looking at medical doctors of Ngie trade union, journalists trade union of Ngie, looking at doctors trade union, bankers trade union, caterers trade union. These are all the entities that should bond, operate the activities as separate entities, but now belong in the strategic and decision taking entities of Ngie Culture and Development Association. If we have this in place, I also forgot that we have all of the legally existing political parties, different shades of political opinions represented at the decision, at the strategy and decision-taking levels of NCADA. So these are things we should reflect on as we look forward to picking a new leadership as far as NCADA is concerned. Let's create a very solid NCADA, make the statutes, make the constitution to be very solid, very inclusive, and let power separation be very clear. We cannot say development is a political concept. There's no way you can separate community development from politics. But now, perhaps we are saying no to party politics.
Those who say that NCADA is apolitical are very correct. But NCADA is manned by political animals. The reason the preamble says that NCADA is apolitical, it is because they do not want politicians to use NCADA for political gains. That is to say, if you are a politician, you are the leader of NCADA, you use NCADA for the benefit of your political party. That is where NCADA preamble prohibits the act of politics, politicizing NCADA activities to political activities. It does not say that because you are a politician, you cannot hate NCADA. These are two different distinctions that we must make them clear so that the common man should understand.
I do not expect everybody in the world to support Ujambeng. No. Those who think that I'm not qualified, they have a right to their opinion. But there's a greater population that knows my credibility and what I can be able to do. There are things that I should be a person for this time. It is an election that decides who is better or who is not better. When the people cast in their vote, definitely we will know who is a better candidate and who is highly supported by the people of Ngie to become their president of NCADA.
That said, let's reflect on this. I appreciate your comments in the comment section. Let's keep sharing this content. Let's get our brothers and sisters to understand what's going on and to contribute in this development process. It is a new Ngie. It is a new dawn. We can't wait. We can't allow our community in the hands of fools. This is the time for us to take action. This is the time for us to influence the people that are going to be leading us in the next, say, 5-7 years to come. You can call me Wams. Basha Sugar.